Some reports say Nims fell down 900 meters. Nadira fell 1600 meters. But a human body cannot survive this much big falls,
There is a movement in his tracker as well. What is about the trackers?
People were saying that, if Pakistani helicopters went earlier, they might have saved people. But they don't know that the fall was so big, even impossible for the best climbers to rescue people alive,
How dangerous that mountain is.
No, mountain is super dangerous.
This is the right season to climb Broad Mountain, Broad Peak. If they were using the other event, they will be saved by the avalanche if the route was different.
Mountain never sees that how experienced you are. Mountain never sees that why you are even climbing this mountain. Mountain never sees that how broken you are. Mountain never sees that how strong you are. Mountains are friendly, but sometimes they're super cruel. Me and Nims were there as well, and he was saying, Sheroz bhai, sab khatam ho gaya, and he was having tears in his eyes. We love mountains. Sometimes they don't love us back. So I'm just numb actually, I'm really speechless right now. I don't know what to say about this. I have spent my life with those people. I just saw a video of me, Nims are dancing on one of our common friend Taneswar's wedding in Nepal.
On camera we know Nimsdai, but off the camera, off the guard, who is he? Namaste, Namaskar, Assalamu Alaikum. I am Faizan and welcome in the podcast with Faizan. Today is a sad day. We just got to know that Nimsdai and his team is no more. There's a lot of news circulating. हामी चाहिँ सेरोज कासिपसँग कुरा गर्न पुग्यौँ. उहाँ चाहिँ गिनिज वर्ल्ड रेकर्ड होल्डर हो, माउन्टेनर हो र यो सम्बन्धमा उहाँ पर्सनली प्रेसिडेन्ट अफ अल्पाइन क्लब अफ पाकिस्तानसँग कुरा गर्नुभयो. पाकिस्तानी आर्मीसँग पनि उहाँको कुरा भइरह्यो. सो ही वाज द राइट पर्सन टु टक. आई रियली थ्याङ्क हिम एन्ड लेट्स हेभ वेलकम हिम. Seroz, welcome in the podcast. Some conversations happens because of his success. Some happen because of loss. I wish our first conversation was about celebrating another summit and not mourning the loss of Nimsdai and other mountaineers who didn't make it home. We'll go through that, but before all that, who are you, Seroz?
I'm Sheroz Kashif. I'm a Pakistani mountain climber. I've climbed all the 14 mountains, and I'm the youngest Pakistani to climb all the 14 peaks in the world. I'm one of the youngest climbers as well to climb all the 14. I was 22 years old when I climbed. I'm an enthusiastic mountain lover, and I love mountains. I think that's my introduction.
Okay, and we are very thankful at our platform you choose to come us, and we are really glad that you take time to come us. I want to start with very simply, millions of people have seen the headlines, but very few have the understanding of what actually happened, and you are the core person to help us understand what actually happened.
First of all, I'm really sorry to the mountaineering community for the loss. Of course, it's one of the darkest days in the history of mountaineering, which I've ever experienced in my life. I've lost a lot of my friends. But this incident is beyond imagination and beyond those emotional brackets which I can carry within myself. We need to understand one thing. When there's a huge success, there's a huge risk as well. And mountaineering is a thing where you always have to go through all the hurdles, all the dangerous elements, and you gain success after that. I believe, according to my understanding, the avalanche came from up and they hit these people, and after that they were buried under the snow, and that was the time where they lost their lives.
Okay, what happens is they were hit by the avalanche by 9:30 a.m. and the informations and the alarms at base camps reaches by 10 a.m. So is there is any first minute where there
I
is
think
a
we need,
delays
yeah,
by
we
the
need to
base
understand
camps?
one thing. We need to understand one thing, that when it's about mountaineering, nothing is in hurry, you know. Avalanche came, everybody went out from the camps to see the avalanche. People were contacting up the team. And then if there was no contact till this time bracket, that was the time that they informed back to the base camp. So, you know, this much delays always happens, even when you're, you know, taking the Thuraya signals, that will take 5 6 minutes maybe. And, you know, you're contacting up as well, that will take some time. So, you know, of course, if the avalanche happened at 9:30 and they informed, they were informed at 10, I think the delay of half an hour usually occurs when you are such kind of conditions, you know, because you're emotionally occupied as well, and you have to report to the ground team as well. So, you know, I think 30 40 minutes, sometimes 30 40 minutes happens in every kind of rescue. I remember on Annapurna, when Anurag fell down, we were contacting the base camp, and you know, by the passage of time, we contacted the base camp. It was already 40 minutes. So you know, it's always like that when you're on the mountains.
Okay, you are known as a broad boy. You have achieved that mountain 17 years ago, when you were 17 years, right? You happened to meet Nimsdai when he was on a journey conquering the 14 mountains in 6 months. What was that encounter and how that shapes you? How are you feeling right now about that?
Broad Peak was something which was very close to my heart, of course, because that mountain has given me the name of the Broad Boy. I was 17 years old when I climbed Broad Peak, became the youngest climber in the world to climb Broad Peak at the age of 17. It was a huge achievement for me because when I went to K2 Base Camp back in days, I look at this mountain and I was like, what kind of shape is this?
Okay.
And then I was like, no, I want to climb this mountain one day. And I climbed it. And the moment I was climbing, I met Nimsdai. He was coming back. I was going up. And I was like, Dai, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm climbing the fastest. And that time I was a 17 years old kid, you know. I didn't know what is the fastest climb or something like that. I was just probably assuming that he's a superhuman or I'm hallucinating, you know, that I'm just seeing a superhuman right now. But later on, I realized that no, he really exists in this world.
Yes, the memories of him will remain forever, and every mountain loving person has soaked themselves in a deep sorrow. I'll ask you, you will be working with closely with the Alpine Club of Pakistan, and you are in association with Pakistani armies, helicopters, crews. Peoples came from Nepal to Islamabad, then to Sakadu. So what is something that world is not known, but there's something that you know, and there's a movement in his tracker as well. It was circulating in news. What is about that trackers? We were hopeful that the movement was seen in tracker.
I think uh, the main reason people were saying that, you know, if Pakistani helicopters went earlier, they might have saved people, but they don't know that the fall was so big that it was even impossible for the best climbers to rescue people alive, you know, if there was not a miracle. We need to understand this, that the fall was so big. It was not an ordinary fall. Some report says that Nims fell down 900 meters. Nadira fell 1600 meters. There are some news about it. I'm not sure about the numbers, of course. But a human body cannot survive this much big falls, you know. And I'm associated with Alpine Club, and they were putting their efforts. We were having sleepless nights as well. And Then the report from Migmaji came that they have spotted some people from the drone, and they have spotted almost 9 bodies, 8 bodies, and one leg, as per Nepalese. So I was, I, I'm just numb actually. Like I'm really speechless right now. I don't know what to say about this. It's really hard for me to explain. It's really hard for me to communicate well, because it's just like I'm just numb right now. I have spent my life with those people. I've spent. I just saw a video of me, Nims, are dancing on one of our common friend Thaneswar's wedding in Nepal. These kind of memories. Like,
कतिको आत्मा दुखेछ यो न्युजले तपाईँको?
धेरै दुखेछ।
धेरै दुखेछ। यो ट्राजिक इभेन्ट हो। म चाहिँ रिड आउट गर्छु जुन चाहिँ माउन्टेनरहरू थिए। निम्सदाई 57 टाइम्स, इट वाज 57 टाइम क्लाइम्बिङ द 8000 माउन्टेन्स, राइट? पुर बहादुर, योक्ता दाई, निमा शेर्पा, पेमा शेर्पा, ग्यालु, न्याङ, नादिरा, मिस्टर वाङ, सुहेल साखी इज फ्रम पाकिस्तान. This mountaineer was not ordinary mountaineers. They are one of the most experienced person in the mountaineering regions. How do you imagine this loss for the mountaineering committee?
It's a big loss. It's a big loss, and it's. I told you, it's one of the darkest day of mountaineering history. And one thing we need to understand: mountain never sees that how experienced you are. Mountain never sees that what kind of why you are even climbing this mountain. Mountain never sees that how broken you are. Mountain never sees that how strong you are. Mountains are friendly, but sometimes they're super cruel.
Yes, I want to ask that today the president of Alpine Club of Pakistan commented somewhere, expedition company of Nimsdai, that do not spread news about his death. We are yet to know something. Is there some chance that he is still alive? Because
See,
we do
Alpine
not have
Club
the
of
body.
Mountaineering Pakistan, the reason Alpine Club of Mountaineering Pakistan is saying, because they are the official responsible organization in Pakistan who is conducting this whole rescue operation.
Yes, I had a chance to talk with Irfan Ahmad Khan.
Even they know that they are no more, still they cannot declare them dead as soon as they haven't found the dead bodies. If the physical team, which is on ground right now going towards Camp 1, the recent update is that the rescue team, the search operation team, is right now on the spot point right now. So the moment they will find a dead body, or the moment they will find someone, that will be the time that the Alpine Club of Pakistan, which is an official organization in Pakistan of mountaineering, will declare dead.
You know, when you said that Nimsdai is no more and other mountaineer is no more, my heart goes hollow. It's so painful. I cannot imagine how Nepali people will perceive this, but this is a fact that he is no more with us. Tell me some memories that you have with him and other mountaineers.
I have a lot of memories with Nims and other mountaineers as well, because Sherpas are like my brother. Nadira was a really good friend. I'm not saying that Suhail is dead, because specifically from Suhail's family, it's a request that please don't declare dead, don't declare Suhail dead on social media right now, because his family is going through a lot. So I request every single person who's putting Suhail's photos, please don't use it, as his family is not okay with it. So Nadira was a good friend. Yukta Dai was a really, really good friend. We have really good memories with Yukta Dai. Nims, of course, me and Nims were together in Thaneswar's wedding. We've been together in Pakistan. We have been together in China when 5 people died up on the mountains. I remember me and Nims were there as well. And he was saying, I remember his words, Sheroz Bhai, sab khatam ho gaya. And he was having tears in his eyes. And then that was the moment I hugged him, and I was like, no man, it's okay, it's a part of game, don't worry. And it's like, he was crying and he was saying, Sheroz Bhai, sab khatam ho gaya.
After 3 days of hope, prayers, and uncertainty, the news the world fear was finally confirmed. Where were you? And when you heard this, how did climbing communities react in it now? There will be a lot of messaging that is coming to you.
I actually spoke to some people who were like really close to NIMS, like family members and some like that. I won't name them, of course, due to the privacy and everything. And that moment, I dragged myself to accept this reality that those people are no more with us. It was a dark day. I was numb, locked up. I haven't slept all night still right now. You can see my face, my puffy eyes and everything, because I haven't slept because my body cannot understand this, that how we can lost so many people at once, and how can mountain be so cruel? We are friends. We love mountains, and sometimes they don't love us back.
Yeah, it is said that those who love mountains were buried under the same mountain. You are a mountaineer. You happen to see this tragic event and right in front of your country. You yourself is a mountaineer. How does it feel that someday might be? I wish it never happened, but some thought goes out. If you were that part, you are a mountaineer. Maybe there are circumstances that you went with them, and it happened to be you. So how you personally take it? You might have that thoughts into.
I was I came out from the mouth of death when I was climbing Nanga Parbat, and we summited, me and Fazal. We were only two people on the mountain that time. And when we were coming back, it was all white out. And, I was out of oxygen on 7,500 plus meters. And, I was declared dead in Pakistan. I was missing for like more than 24 hours. And, I was just unconscious sitting in a traverse, hallucinating all the time. And that time I accepted that I'm gonna die. But um, the thing is that when you see your loved ones dying on the mountain, you somehow realize that I can be the one as well, because they came with the same passion, they came with the same determination, and they came with the same enthusiasm. I can be a part of them. But then you think positive and you say, okay, they are no more with us. They are resting on the place which they have always loved. But now I'm gonna carry their dreams with me as well. And I'm gonna take their dreams on the top of the mountain. And I think that makes this thing beautiful.
Yes, carrying the legacy. Definitely, I wish you the best of luck to carry the legacy that he started. He changed the modern mountaineering. He was the one
Exactly.
who, yeah. I'll ask one thing. Nimsdai, Nadira, Mr. Wang, Suhail Saki don't just represent themselves, they carry the name of their country to the highest place on the earth. In your view, what kind of final farewell do such hero deserves, and what message would you give to the head of the state of this country? How the final fair will be conducted?
I think mountain doesn't belong to any kind of country. Mountain is ours. Nims was ours. Wang was ours. Sohail was ours. Nadira was ours. And of course, their countries as well. I think the countries has to pay a high regard to this. I believe that Nepal is already doing this. I want Pakistani government to pay high regards to Suhail's family as well. I uh, I think that Omani government has to pay high regards to Nadira's family as well, because they are people, they are brave people, and they have carried their country flags on the top where nobody could. And those are the exception cases from the countries which are taking this risk and carrying their country flag and representing their identity on the top of the mountain. So I think it should be a high regard.
Yes, For the world, there are few mountaineers, but for mountaineering community, they are the heroes. If mountaineering community has to deliver one single message to them, what would be that?
Not today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today.
Give up is not in the blood, sir. I'm so filled with emotion that I could not even ask the question because the burden of this loss is so deep. I don't know where it will be fulfilling, but yeah, it's so saddening, right? Mountain can be ruthless for mountaineers sometimes. The same mountain makes you hero, and sometimes you are buried under the same rubbles. From the rescue point of view,
I'm sorry. I'm just really blank right now. I'm really blank. So I don't have words. I don't have words to say.
from rescue point of view, like you have been in Nepal, we Lukla is very close to the mountains. So the same case happens in Sakardu. There is 20 miles. The distance between Lukla and the others mountain range are 20 miles, while the Sakardu is farther. So this distance also plays role in rescue.
Of course, each and everything matters. As soon as they got the news, they got the approval from the aviation and they took the flights towards the base camps, and they were circulating, having aerial surveillance over the mountains, and the rescue team from which were on the grounds were already on their way. So, in Pakistan, due to the red zone, the border areas, of course, the heli flights and everything is with all the securities and, all the protocols and everything. We cannot fly freely over there because of the restrictions. But Pakistan Aviation and Alpine Club has played an important role in this, I would say.
Yes, we appreciate the role, and even people from Nepal fly to the Pakistan, Islamabad, then to Skardu, and then join the team. So there is a coherent, co-compounding in Nepali mountaineers and Pakistani mountaineers. Out of the 10th, 6 were Nepalis. How come Nepalis are so prominent in Pakistani mountaineering?
I think that's from a long time, because Pakistani mountaineers don't get, like, I'm talking about the porters. I'm not talking about the mountaineers. Like if Nepali Sherpas, if Sherpas from Elite Expedition or Sherpas from like Seven Summits or Sherpas from other companies came to Pakistan with their own will, we have our rescue team as well. Like I can name people who have rescued from G4, Ghulam Abbas, Yusuf, and a lot of people who are really good in that. But because Pakistani people are not much well known, because they don't have much opportunities in Pakistan to train like Sherpas.
Okay.
Sherpas are very well trained in their field. They are super technical and they're super skilled because Nepal has a lot of opportunities, a lot of good infrastructure so that Sherpas can train over there. And of course, because elite expert Nigma David and everyone, he's a legend. Of course, he came to Pakistan. Elite Expedition. Nims was owning Elite Expedition as well, so it was a major concern from Elite Expedition team as well to go there and find somebody like that. So
I'll ask about the route. The original route of climbing that mountain is taken from the right side, but the brothers Nimsdai and the
going from the saddle and then you go up towards right side.
yes. So the initial plan was doing that, but later they shifted the plans. Does this has a role in this event as well? If they were using the other event, they will be saved by the avalanche. If the route was different.
I think they were way below than the terrain which goes towards the summit. I'm not sure about this strategic information because I was the one who was just taking updates to tell people about what is happening on the mountain right now. But I think the technical information, like whether they were taking that route or that route, I think it would be someone can tell you better who was already at the base camp or who was already on between those camps.
Okay, you are continuously in touch with Irfan Ahmad Khan, who is the president of Al Flying Club of Pakistan. What informations he says with you, and how he said ki there should be authentic informations on the media rather than speculations and other things. You were doing that.
Irfan Arshad, sir told me that the helicopter surveillance and everything is on their way, and he was telling me about the latest information they were getting through the pilots and from the base camp staff as well. So because on the base camp there are a lot of liaison officers, they were collecting the information, and then from the air surveillance they were having information with from the pilots, and then Migma G was in contact with our group as well. So, we were getting information from Nepal, from army, from Migma G, from Sarbaz Khan, from this, from that. Like, it was a whole loop.
Okay, the world remembers Nimsdai, but every climber on the mountain had a family, a dream, and a story. Can you help us remember the others too?
Exactly, exactly. Every single person who died on the mountain is in my heart, whether I have spent time with them or not. Have you read my post, Beyond the Summit?
Yes, I have. I did that.
Yeah, that was written for the people who I know or who I don't. So, that was my condolence to their families and everyone. See, there's a very pet rule, and everybody knows that Himalayas might forgive you, but Karakaram,
Karakoram range is dangerous, right?
Himalayas might forgive you. Karakaram is cruel.
After 20 years from now, how people will be knowing Nimsdai and other mountaineers? We have a very fragile history of forgetting. What do you think after 20
I
years?
think I think
How?
after 10 years there will be a lot of young mountaineers who will be following the legacy of Nimsdai, and then people will look at them and they will say, "Oh, you remind me of a climber known as Nimsdai who died on Road Peak 2026." And then those kids will ask, "Who is Nimsdai?" And then that person's gonna laugh and he was like, "I wish I could explain that to you."
You know, Nims, we have watched the Netflix series of Nimsdai, and a lot of podcasts is available on camera. We know on camera we know Nimsdai, but off the camera, off the guard, who is he?
Oh, he is a wonderful man. He was full of like he liked to dance. He was very commanding personality. We always used to make fun of him, because of this thing. He likes to command, he likes to tell people what to do. And me and few other mountaineers always used to make fun of him, that he's like that. So, but yeah, he's no more, man. So it's sad.
What one message that you want to say to him? Like no cameras, nothing, just to yourself, to him, to his family. What one thing that you want to tell the world?
You have gone too soon, and there's no one to make fun of now. Who are you gonna make fun of? I think Nims was a character who always kept thing alive, with his attitude, with his talks, with his expressions, and he was always a bit bossy, So uh, we used to mock him a lot, but yeah, friends, what friends do, they do like that.
How long it will take to recover all the bodies and send them back to our own country?
I'm not on the mountain. I cannot give any kind of statement on that, but most probably 2-3 days, maybe 2-3 days. Yeah, because the team right now is on the spot, so they're gonna find the dead bodies, they're gonna identify them, and then they're gonna send back to the countries. So I guess it will take time.
Are we on the verge to say that none of them is alive? Any miracle is waiting for us, or we are confirmed that none of them are alive?
I don't know. I'm confirmed about Nadira and Nims and Yuktadai because the Nepalese, like their own families, have confirmed it. But the rest of the people, not their family, have said that, and not Alpine Club. So I cannot say anything. I know that they are dead.
So, Seroz, I want you to tell the difficulties that the rescuers, the Sherpas, are encountering rescuing the body. It is a very tough zone to rescue somebody in mountains.
I think the rescue is equally as dangerous as getting stuck in the mountains. Like, you got to go at the same point. And just right now, if the rescue team is going towards the avalanche prone area, that means there is an equal risk of getting hit by an avalanche. Or, that of course, when the avalanche comes, it just destroys the path and everything, and then you have to make the path all again. There's all snow, fresh snow over there. So you go inside this snow. That's always a difficult thing. I think rescue operation is as difficult as the mountains, as the person stuck in the mountain.
Seroz, I want to ask you, this is the right season to climb the broad mountain, broad peak?
It was actually the weather is changing right now. So the weather is changing right now. So you have been looking after the news of Kumbu Icefall as well. That
Yeah.
the Kumbu Icefall was not open till a long time because now the weather is changing. Late winters are coming and there are more snow, unusual snow, and winds and everything. So back in days in 2019 or 18, maybe I would say after 2019, everything changed in this world.
Yeah.
I still believe that, 2019 was just like 2 months ago. After 2019, the world has shifted to an intense level. Late winters are coming, and then the COVID area, and then, like there was like the World War and everything. So I think the 2019 was the best era. After that, the
There is
best
a
year, and
chaotic
after
thing.
that, everything got messed up.
You are a mountaineer, right? You know that mountain. You have nickname of Broad Boy. How dangerous that mountain is, even
Oh,
today.
mountain is super dangerous. Yeah, like if you are brave, you are dead. That's what Messer used to say. A brave climber is a dead climber. You cannot be brave in front of a mountain. You always have to be humble. Your tongue must confess and your head must bow that mountain is greater than you. The
Yes,
nature is
mountain.
greater than you. You cannot fight with the nature. So there's a very fine line between a risk and unnecessary risk. When you take unnecessary risk, you die. When you take a calculated risk, you survive. Unless you don't get punished by the mountain itself, just like this avalanche.
Yes. Are you going to Sakardu to give the last walk to the
Yes, yes.
Nimsdai?
On the fourth, most probably I'm going to Skatu.
Are you like mentally preparing how you are going to face those situations? How hard for you that you are
Yes.
going, you
It
have
would be
mentioned.
hard, but it would be real. What we can do, man, like there's nothing to do.
The world is actually waiting for the last final moment to say,
Yeah, the world is crying actually. The world is crying. And like to every single person watching in Nepal, uh, do give respect to your legends. There are a lot of legends in Nepal, Bingma David, all the Sherpas, especially like Galje, or like all the top rescuers. They're all legends, man. Bingma
Saroj, you are a mountaineer, you will again go to the mountains. When you win that mountain, there must be like, I recall uh, Muhammad Ali said to Mike Tyson, get him for me. You know, there was a fighter who, Muhammad Ali was defeated by a fighter, Larry. And when Mike Tyson was fighting with the same guy, he said, get him for me. So when you win the mountain, what one masses.
Muhammad Ali said, "Go get him.
Uh,
Go get him for me."
yeah. So, like, you'll be Mike Tyson for Nimsdai and other mountaineers, you know?
I have officially quit climbing 8,000 meters due to my back.
Okay.
I have four screws and clamps in my back with one metal disc. So it will be really hard for me to climb mountains. I'm more focused on my company right now and guiding young people to learn more and more about the mountains.
Okay, one young mountaineer who is dreaming of achieving this 14 mountains, what one message you'll deliver to them?
Just work hard and chase your dreams. If you die, you die chasing your dreams. But at least do one thing in your life. Just chase your dreams. Take necessary risk and tell yourself you're gonna die, but not today, maybe tomorrow.
My final questions to you. Sohail Saki is a Pakistani climber. He has inspired a millions people back in your country. What one message you want to deliver to your country peoples? How he should be given the final goodbye?
Respect your legends. Legends are made in this country after they are no more. Respect legends in life and facilitate them and encourage them and support them in their journey.
We are very grateful to have you, Seroz. It was really amazing to have you.
Thank you so much for having me as well.
You are personally a great guy, and we wish you the best of luck for your companies and your guidance. And probably I'll be one who will taking your guidance in future. So it was great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And it was a lovely, lovely talk. Inshallah, we'll talk again.
Yeah, thank you.